Today, we're gonna knock out some pork butt. Let's go. You're gonna need a pork butt. Go to the grocery store, talk to your butcher, find yourself a pork butt. Any grocery store should have them. Just talk to a butcher and they'll point you in the right direction. So once you get your pork butt out, put it on the counter and you're gonna wanna cut it open. Cut it open, have some paper towels handy because you're gonna wanna wipe all the juices and everything that comes out of that package. You're gonna wanna wipe that all off the pork butt and have it dry and ready for seasoning. So once it's dry and it's ready to go, grab your knife and you're gonna kind of wanna look for some high spots or some like hanging meat. Other than that, this is pretty good. This is how it's supposed to look. I like to evenly coat the pork butt with 3 different seasonings. The first one is gonna be called Butcher's Maple Rub. It's real nice and sweet and savory. It's very good rub. So I like to use this as my base rub. Make sure you get all sides, even the fat cap at the bottom. The next one I'm gonna use is Killer Honeybee from Cosmos. This is really good stuff. Apply evenly as well and put it all over your pork butt, all sides, and even including the fat cap. Last but not least, I like to use some Dirty Bird from Cosmos. Gives it a nice red looking color. Make sure you evenly coat that as well, all over the entire pork butt. So once it's seasoned and it's sitting on your counter, let it sit and you're gonna want it to let it sweat. So what sweating is the rub hitting the meat and it's looking like a paste and it looks real wet. Let your pork get as wet as it can by sitting on the counter. So what I like to do is it's sitting on the counter, it's seasoned, it's ready to go, and I'm letting it sweat. I'm gonna go outside and fire up the smoker. Today, we're using the Cotton Gin smoker. Now these are some real badass smokers. I really like them. I just got this one, so I'm slowly breaking her in, cooking different stuff on it. So now I got the charcoal lid. I threw 1 chunk of pecan, threw that on the fire, threw it back in the smoker. Now I'm gonna let it get up to temp. Temperature wise, I want it anywhere between 275 and 300 degrees. Now you're ready to put your pork butt on. Your pork butt has rested long enough. It should take you 20, 30 minutes to fire up your smoker. That's all that pork butt needs. And it's sweated, I'm happy with it. Let's throw it on. After 1 hour of it being on the smoker, you're gonna wanna have a squirt bottle full of just regular apple juice, and you're gonna wanna spray the entire thing down every 30 to 40 minutes. After about 2.5, 3 hours of the pork butt on the smoker, you're gonna wanna start touching it with your finger. Start poking around the pork butt just on top, different areas, and then look at your finger. If there's no rub that comes off on your finger, it's time to wrap. Once you remove the pork butt from the smoker, you want to have 3 heavy-duty aluminum foil sheets laid out on the counter. You're going to want to add butter, a handful of brown sugar, 3, 4, 5 lines of honey on top of that, and then whatever rub you use to rub the pork butt down in the beginning, you're going to want to add some of that to the bottom of the foil as well. Then, whatever your favorite barbecue sauce or the barbecue sauce you're going to be using to make pulled pork sandwiches, add some of that at the bottom of the foil as well. Then you're going to want to repeat that same process on top of the pork butt. Once that process is done, you're going to want to wrap the pork butt real tight with aluminum foil. Be careful and make sure you don't poke any holes in it because you don't want any of that juice to leak out. Wrap it tight and put it right back on the smoker. The smoker should still be between 275, 300 degrees. Add it to the smoker, shut the lid, and let her roll. Now, how do you know when the pork butt's done? I don't really go by temperature. An easy guide for me is I will take a stick of butter out of the refrigerator, lay it on the counter, and I'll let it get to room temperature. Stick that Thermopen, your thermometer, whatever you have, stick it through the butter. And that's exactly how your pork should feel. There should be no tug, no nothing. It should just go right through like warm butter. As you're checking your pork butt, make sure you're poking in 3 different areas. Don't poke all the way through to where you poke a hole at the bottom of the foil because that'll be a mess. Poke the top of the pork butt and you want to make sure it feels just like that butter. If there's any kind of tug, doesn't feel like the butter, pull your temperature gauge out and close the lid of the smoker and let it go. Once you get it like that and it feels just like butter and it feels good, put some gloves on, take the pork butt out, set it on the counter, and let it rest. I recommend letting it rest for 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes is up, you're gonna want to undo the foil very carefully and let it breathe. Let all the steam, let everything get out of it. After it's done steaming, you're gonna wanna gently try to pull that pork butt out, or you can shred it in place. Bam, there she is. Damn, they look good. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, make sure you follow Instagram, Facebook. I'll see y'all in the next video.